And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, whoever's still watching this, how you doing? It's another episode of Effed Up Radio. All up in that ear hole, nestled, readied up like a bubble in the Thief of Nights. And today we are going to be going into another random conversation of effed up funniness, because we're very curious about a lot of things, such as like different drinking games. What kind of drinking games have you ever done if you're the legal drinking age? What kind of legal drinking games have you done? Because I used to drink a lot. Like, I don't remember doing any games. Oh, right, the Jerry Springer thing. You take a shot every time somebody fights in Jerry Springer.
Oh,
that was one of the older ones. So we got really drunk really fast.
You can find plenty of episodes online. YouTube will provide. So
whatever your preference is, you know, when we're watching that show, if somebody fights, take a shot. So we just so happened to watch it during a marathon. It was like a Springer marathon. And every time there was a fight, yep. So we had to send couple people to the liquor store a couple times, you know, get some munchies on the way back, you know, because not everybody wanted to go outside. We're all introverts. So yeah. we grew up like turtles. Like we didn't want to leave our shells for too long, but we were happy friends.
What about things that are more active, like beer pong?
Beer pong. I don't think I have personally played it, but I've seen it.
Yeah, that's the same for me.
Because I can't
get myself into it.
I thought it was disgusting to put the ball in the cup that you're drinking out of.
Everybody's touching that damn ball. And that ball hits the floor.
Yeah, so I didn't trust it. So I was like, I don't think this is a good idea, guys. I don't know. I didn't try it personally, but I've seen it.
Yeah.
I've seen it. So shout out to those who do that. What's that? Cornholing. I know that sounds like a funny game.
No,
but
yes.
that's the game.
Beanbag game.
You throw the bean bags or the sandbags
right
in each other's hole.
It's usually like shaped like something, right? Like a house with a window. No, like a cutout, nothing like that.
Sorry.
Yeah, good.
I'm always late. So gotta get my reflexes, man. I gotta get my reflexes up. I'm getting too old. But back on what we were talking about with the drinking games.
I'm sure if you type drinking games on Amazon, you'll find like a million different like things and books and shit like that.
It definitely will.
Yeah.
Definitely will. But I've seen a couple that looked at it almost like a dart game, which doesn't seem safe if you're drinking and throwing sharp objects. It's like, doesn't seem like two things that go together.
It's pretty common.
But
it's a weird thing.
True.
What about that loop, that ring on a string shit that you have to like toss it into a hook? Yeah.
What?
You know what I'm talking about? That you had to let the ring go in like a pendulum swing, and you're supposed to let it swing into a hook that's connected to the wall.
Oh, snap. Yeah, I remember that. Damn, you went way back. So
yeah.
I thought you was talking about like cup and ball.
No. Imply.
Yeah, see, we're a little older than normal people. So, like, things like dominoes is cool with me. I play some dominoes. Boom. Got me cool in that face, baby. And I play cards. I don't play spades. I try to stay away from games like that because they allow people to get emotional. So I don't get that emotional when I play games. So I'd rather not. I
usually see people get mad at their partners.
Yeah,
so
well, either it's partners, like it's getting laughed at when you forget. Or who knows what happens? Like maybe the card got stuck to each other. It's whatever happens. Like there's gonna be an amount of yelling going on, and if you're not comfortable in that environment, you should stay away from it. Which I personally do stay away from. So if you play spades, I'm out. So I play peaceful games like dominoes. Like nobody really yells in dominoes.
Oh, they yell.
Unless no, that you get more slamming the table than
that's loud.
Like I can deal with some slamming in the table. Like I'm more concerned. Like, are you gonna break this table? Because if I bought it, I'll be like, nah, you're not. Cut it out.
You think there's a way to incorporate drinking with Uno? It's probably a way, right?
There is. It's dangerous though. But okay, if you do it smart, like, all right.
You gotta put like the max amount of drinks that someone can have to collect is 2 at a time, because then they kill someone, put them 3 or 4 shots at a chance.
That's what I'm saying. So So it'll be levels of shots, like because when you're a bartender, they tell you to count, count up to 4, and that's a whole shot or whatever. So if a draw 2 will be a 1 count, so it'll be like a sip. It's not a real shot. And a draw 4 will be a 2 count. Will be like 2 sips. So that's like less than a half a shot. So for you to get a full shot, you would need, let's say, 4. You would need two draw 4s and maybe a draw 2. So you would need to draw like 10 cards, which like a 10 count is like a shot and a half.
Okay.
So that's fair. Like not a lot of people draw that many cards right away.
I see. So rather than doing something like having it so abundant at once, you could break that down into fractions. You're
breaking it down into fractions, so it's not a full gulping shot. You're like, okay. Like it's just maybe like a cap full. Like you put a cap full. If you
then we could do it.
You gotta draw 2. You put a cap full. You gotta draw 4. 2 capfuls.
Do Jello shots, so like,
like you can't. Yeah, it's kind of like a Jello shot. You can't really get drunk too fast over that.
Yeah, that's a lot of Jello though.
It depends on who makes it. Like
not everyone wants to have Jello shots.
Yeah, I've seen some people make it like they Jello shots is on steroids. Their Jello shots come. Oh yeah, they come ready to play. Like those.
It's gonna be a long summer.
Yeah, those are what I call them parties.
Speaking of summer, guys, I hope everyone's excited for what's coming up this year.
Well, right now you got to deal with those May showers, but after that,
I don't know.
Summertime.
It's been confusing. I know it's been like a crazy love and hate affair that I want to say we can all share with the weather. Yeah.
Fuck rain. Like. I'm sorry, like we need it. Like we definitely, it's definitely important. But I don't like being cold. Like even though I like the winter more than I like summer, because I don't like to sweat. I sweat like I'm 1,000 pounds and I'm walking through a desert. It's like I don't know why, but I do. So, and it makes me feel not comfortable. So
yeah, the heat is hard for me too.
I prefer winter. Where I can wear layers like a bear.
I know, but I just like the good.
Yeah. Guess what they look like under here. Can you make guess?
Now I can. I didn't before, but since you wanted to make me pick.
You know nothing.
I feel like I know too much.
But, I like to wear heavy jackets to make me look like I ain't got no neck.
Puff up a little bit.
Yeah, what's up? What's going on? My name is Chucky. But now that it's hot as hell, I gotta take all the layers off, and you can see how crazy my neck is, like a giraffe.
You have a good neck.
Yeah, but I headbutt the hell out of somebody if I need to. Yeah. I don't even gotta wind up for it.
Work with your strengths, not against them. Yeah.
I could take anybody down, but that's not the point. The point is drinking games. And what was your favorite drinking game growing up? Because have you ever had one of those moments where you were having a conversation and you threw up mid-conversation but continued to have that conversation?
Drunk. No.
Drunk.
How about you ever play that game where you guys try to go to the alphabet saying like a person's name or item, each letter has to represent that. You know what I mean? So like if you say fruit, apples, bananas, you know, I can't think of a C. Fruit. Yeah, I lost. I gotta take a shot. See? At that point, it's just shot, and the next person.
I'm sorry to say, but at the time, my friends we weren't thinking that far ahead. No. we weren't at that level. so we would do stuff like oh yeah, we had quip. We had we call it quips. So, you know, a quip is a 5-second rule joke. So start the joke. You have less than 5 seconds to say a joke back. If you don't have anything back, you got to take a shot.
Well, that's gotta be hard.
Yeah, we did that a lot. Growing up
it's like an improv game.
I call it the house. You know, where we used to work out back in the days, and you know, we were there entirely too much. And that's where we used to start before we go there to our parties, our gothy parties. Yeah. We call that the house because we used to gear up there. Go there, put a makeup on and all those fucking chains and shit. Where you guys going? Out. Be like an army of us on the train. Everybody's like moving away, holding their bags. It's like, what the fuck is that? It's like, we're just going to a party, you freaks.
Sure,
like, you're the freaks. Like,
we're just going to have a good time. You lame-os.
Yeah, but then we come back at sunrise wearing the same stuff, but you know, worn. Yeah. So we partied. Yeah, like, so makeup is all weird.
That's true. We always talked about that part, but the end of the night never looked wild.
Yeah, it looked like it was a real riot.
Disheveled is probably an understatement.
Yeah, it's pretty much the so-called walk of shame you guys call it, but we had fun. So we had fun with each other. We took each other home, and whoever was last, you know, was last. They got home. They were the more capable. That's the one that got home last, because they got everybody else home first.
Yeah, we usually found each other for a couple of days later.
Yeah.
To see if everybody was all right.
Yeah, you got to recoup. Yeah.
Yeah, it was that, but you know, when we were younger, cell phones weren't as available. Yeah, depending on the house phone, you didn't want to call the house too soon after everyone got in trouble.
That's what that's what this new generation don't understand. Like we didn't have cell phones back then, so it was either house phones or nothing. We had to come pop up at your house. So no matter where you lived at, we do. Hello. Yeah. Hey, is Jimmy there? Can he come out and play?
It's so weird now to think about knocking on somebody's house like without calling them.
Yeah.
Right?
We had no choice. How were you gonna call them if they wasn't picking up the phone?
You go shout out the window.
Yeah. Back then it was only one line. Like you couldn't switch over like before. Well, like now you can switch lines. Like it was just one line. If somebody was on it, you just hit a.
I didn't even know that. See, that's off the line game.
Yeah. And a lot of people do that. Some people do that because they don't want to be bothered. Like they'll take the phone off the hook, and that's because they don't have another line to switch over.
Just walk around.
But yeah, in the new day and age, you get the other line. So now if you do that, the other line will ring anyway. So it makes no sense. So, but yeah, different struggles. Payphones was an art form. It's like when you ran out of quarters, like you used to have the quarter on a string.
They're kind of a staple. I kind of miss them. Like just even seeing them, man. You don't even see these like disgusting things anymore.
Yeah, because you don't need them. All the cell phones and towers and
they're always filled with graffiti, bubblegum, piss, sometimes blood.
Sometimes blood. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes people be living in those things. They be so small, they just squeeze themselves in that space, and
it would be gnarly. And sometimes we found some clean ones that smell like that, you know, that spray elevators in the PJs.
And then we used to always ask ourselves, is Superman happy with this? Is this something that Superman will go for?
Yeah.
But
yeah, Superman can't change it there. He was further back. They had more privacy back then. They had that little.
Yeah, they had phone booths. That's when they were private. Yeah.
I don't know. It was so English looking. Good thing.
That's because everybody has suits and hats.
Oh yeah, that's why they had the long trench coats and shit. They used to walk around.
The Dick Tracy wear.
Dick Tracy wear. That was like so accurate.
For anybody Well, all you that
see?
don't know who Dick Tracy is.
I left the kids in the phone booth, see?
He was a comic character created in the 40s? Or the 40s style? Yeah.
Oh my God, I just didn't even... I couldn't even imagine people wouldn't know who Dick Tracy is, but you're right.
Yeah, a lot of kids.
Wouldn't.
Anybody after 2000? It's like, anybody after 2000?
Yeah.
That designated as kids at this point. I'm sorry. Like, the time passed us by. We're just catching up.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yellow, his big ass yellow coat. It was yellow, right? It was like a mustard.
Who?
Dick Tracy.
Yes. Yellow coat, yellow hat, black suit. Red tie for some reason. I didn't understand that.
That's true. Is that on? No,
I didn't get that, but that was the style back then.
That was the thing to make it stand out, because it was like for comic book and.
But that was the weird part. Like, I get it. Like, it's a comic book. But why did everybody look like their name except for Dick Tracy? Like, he didn't look like a dick. Like, but prune face looked like a prune.
Maybe his hat was kind
flat
of
top. He had a flat top.
If you traced his hat, he's Tracy.
Tracy.
Maybe his real name is Tracy, and it's just like, and then he became Dick.
Oh.
And his name is backwards, really.
Maybe. We got to see that origin. Somebody's got to text that origin in here, because flat top looks like a flat top.
Pizza face.
Prune face.
It was prune face. Prune face.
Yeah, because it was all like a prune.
Yeah.
Then you had Mumbles. I like the Mumbles. Mumbles was funny. Like, you couldn't understand him, but he was funny. Because the only way to understand him is to slow his speech pattern down. Because it's like he's speaking so fast, it sounds like mumbling. Oh, so that's how Dick Tracy caught him. He had him in a room, and he was recording what he was saying, and then he's laughing at him like, you don't know what I'm saying. So he replayed the recording back for him, and then slowed it down, and he started crying. So he's like, you're gonna get me killed. So he's like, yeah, stop fucking around with me. He's like, where's your bus? It's like, I know. That's stupid. Like, yeah, that's why he was a gangster. He was a little... Dick Tracy was a gangster.
Creative, yeah.
And Flat Top, too. Flat Top was a little psycho.
To be honest, I don't remember none of those details.
Really?
Nah, just so long. Yeah, I remember that it was an animation for a while, the cartoon. They had the movie.
The animation wasn't as good as the movie.
It was originally a comic,
I am an
right?
animation freak. Yeah, it was originally a comic. But the comic, the only reason that the cartoon was made is because the movie got so much success. So they tried to base the cartoon off the movie instead of the comic. That's why they fucked up.
You know, during those times, they were really making headways with a lot of different comics. And, I mean, I guess they're rewriting so many of the damn genres. Like, there's so many things you're overstepping that were great that you could have capitalized on.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that's getting...
redone and rebooted.
Forgotten and redone.
Are they ever going to do Spawn, or are they going to do that shit? Like, I heard there was something in the wind about it, and then, boom. Guys, if you don't know Spawn, do yourselves a favor and look that bad shit up.
Okay, personally, anybody can chime in if you want, but personally, I think if you're going to do a movie of Spawn, you have to make it better than the cartoon. Or if not, that in that area, you know? Like, it has to be gritty. It has to be real. It has to be gory. Like, you can't puss out at this last second, we're gonna make it for kids so it'd be funny. We can make it PG. No, that's what made the first one suck.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
And I am a big fan of Michael John White, and John Leguizamo, and I was disappointed because that movie could have did a lot more than what it did.
Yeah, I think it was the directing style more so. The actors were, I think,
But no,
pretty
not the.
phenomenal
That's what I'm
for what they
saying.
were doing.
Is the director's choice that they made it PG,
Yeah.
instead of letting it go full on gory.
It was
So,
holding it too much back for what the story was. It needed more.
Need the goriness.
But the thing is, I think
need the pain and you need to know that what he's fighting for is serious.
you know what I wouldn't be surprised of. That they did that to pander more towards the selling toys to kids.
Yeah, that's exactly why they did it.
Because I know that was a big thing during that time.
Yeah,
you know?
that's exactly why they did it. And everybody, like, even the actors was upset with how it turned out. Because, like, a lot of people had that shit playing different. It's just niggas forced them to change it.
I remember it was a big backlash from Mortal Kombat too. Like it was like people were anticipating. I loved the movie, but I was also like
Being
12.
a Mortal Kombat fan,
Yeah.
we like my whole family, Mortal Kombat fans. Like
Same.
we went down there as a family.
Ooh, like an event.
And we was cheering Mortal Kombat, Mortal Kombat.
Nice.
And we get down there, the place is packed, like packed to the point to where people are sitting in the aisles.
Crazy.
So
This was during that time, the heyday of the theaters. Yeah.
So yeah, and I laugh because it was funny. Like my brother, he was like, "What is this? This is an outrage! I will not stand for this. I'll probably sit down for this, but I refuse to stand for this." And everybody was like, "What's happening?" They was like, "We're just standing in the aisles. Like, I'm not watching a fucking movie like this." So. We're arguing with the ushers. We're arguing with the people with the tickets because it's like, even if you should have realized it was gonna be packed. Should have scheduled tickets differently so that wouldn't happen, stuff like that. So they was like, all right, just hang out in this movie and then come back and watch it. So we was like, I don't know. What movie are you trying to give? It's like, I don't even remember what movie they was trying to show us, but we was just like, all right. So we went to see the other movie. I forget what it was, but then we saw Mortal Kombat. We was all excited, and it came on. We was like, yes, Mortal Kombat. It started. We was like, Then a couple minutes. So by the end of it, we was like, "What the fuck happened?" We freaked out, because everything was packed. Everybody had the same reaction. It wasn't just us. Like even the crowd before us that was filling the aisles. Everybody was pissed when we left, but we wasn't paying attention to that. We was like, "Oh, it's our turn! It's our turn!"
Going off your own.
Yeah, we was excited, but then we watched it. Like I said, it was an okay movie, but it wasn't worth the hype that it got.
No,
because we was expecting a lot more. Like I said.
Yeah, I get it.
A whole lot more.
I think like a lot of you were also around my age too at the same time, and you felt that way. But I actually liked the movie. But then I saw the movie even now I could be like, okay, I can see how a 12-year-old kid would like it.
Yeah.
With a new one even. I'm like, I know like a lot of fans are adults, and they wanted so much from it, so much more. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, but this is like for like the tween era, introducing these kids into bloody video games, bloodier video games or more violent video games.
Yeah. So yeah, it definitely worked out for what it was. It was definitely better than the second movie. I'll give it that. It was definitely better than the second movie. I was highly disappointed when they.
It's better than the
tried
second movie.
Integrate.
But is that nostalgia, or do you really feel?
No, because I'm still a.
Oh right, you just
Mortal Kombat fan.
You didn't like that movie either, so.
Because the game has more story nowadays than the actual movies or anything does. Like, because between the ninth game and the games now, like it pretty much goes through the whole story where everybody is still doing what. It's like it gives you everything, and it's crazy that they put that much detail into all of their characters.
Gotcha.
Yeah, because like even like growing up back in the arcade, we old. Back when we was in the arcade, it was always
Scorpion
and Sub-Zero.
Arcades used to look like garages with an open gate.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because they used to have these things, they had to be open so they could pull the machines in and out. They always seemed slimy, yeah. It didn't seem like someplace kids should be hanging out at.
Yep, but we always was in
But we were there.
playing video games. But going from like all the how it evolved from that to what it is now, Mortal Kombat is the shit. It's like so, and like compared to the new movie that they did recently, the new Mortal Kombat, like they were more athletic in the first movie back in the 90s than they were in this movie. It's like what? You would have thought they would at least been more athletic in this movie.
It's true.
It's like, you know, I get it. Like you wanted to go more realistic, but these guys are out of shape.
Yeah, they weren't as in shape as they should be for fighters and warriors.
Yeah, so it's like you don't look like you've been battling for a couple of years.
But there are fighters and warriors that don't look like that, you know.
That's true, but those particular warriors did, like, because they were in constant battles, like at the head of constant battles.
And you don't really ever see them having a big meal like that, so they must be lean.
Yeah. Like, you don't really see them stop to eat. Like, they always on the move.
Constant output.
Yeah, always on the move.
Yeah, there would be a lot more lean.
And then that's what I'm saying. Sub-Zero is supposed to be the leader of his clan. And Scorpion, he was on his way to be the leader of his clan before they got wiped out. So, like, they were in a place, you know, so where they was still doing stuff. They didn't have time to get older, you know?
Yeah.
So they was in
Busy.
the younger days. But the new movie made them seem like it was
More
already older.
established,
Yeah.
yeah.
They were already established. And it's like that's kind of backwards.
Yeah, they did some things a little different. So
Yeah.
I did like that they're spinning things on Scorpion and making him more like a good guy character, like a anti-hero.
I like that.
I kind of did like that spin.
Because I was always a Scorpion fan.
And it's cooler to me because I always liked Sub-Zero, but because I thought he was a badass. And to me, I like it even more that it pushed for me when like, nah, he's the darker one, not Scorpion. Because for me, it was cliche. That's all the fire. Scorpion's got to be the evil, hellbound one. But I'm like, no, but Death is so cold and frigid, you know?
Yeah. But
And there's a coldness to the heart, you know, like that shit. This just makes so much more sense to me.
yeah. But I like the character development that they did.
Yeah.
But that's what made me switch characters to Noob Saibot, which
Saibot's is awesome. So
which
that was
is
a cool
old
character in the
Sub-Zero.
game. Yeah.
like, you know, he wouldn't be possible without Sub-Zero
True.
dying in the first place, you know? So
You think they're gonna make another movie?
like an animated movie or
They should just make a
live
movie.
action movie?
They should just make a movie about all the clans, all the ninja clans first. Like just like
But
just off of it.
technically, there's only one left. Because, like, Scorpion would have to start from the beginning. Like,
Yeah,
he would have to get
goes back to-
remarried. He would have to
No, but
start training kids.
show Scorpion's clan, Sub-Zero's, and like reptiles, Smoke.
Smoke is in Sub-Zero's clan.
Is he? I thought that was in part of his own show.
Sub-Zero, Smoke, Sector, and Cyrax are in the same clan.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought Sector and Psylocke were in the same clan. I didn't know that they were in cahoots.
Yeah, all four of them are in the same clan. That's what I'm saying. In the game, they even show you that's what happened. That Sub-Zero, the original Sub-Zero, got killed by a Scorpion. When that happened, his brother took over as Sub-Zero, which Sub-Zero means like,
It's a status.
yeah, like you're like a grandmaster or you're in charge.
Right.
So his brother took over and became the new Sub-Zero. That Sub-Zero was best friends with both Sub-Zeros. Smoke, he was best friends with both of them. They were in the same clan.
Like they grew up together kind of deal.
Yeah, and they both knew Sector and Cyrax before they was talking about cybernetics and making the Lin Kuei stronger. That's their clan. They're making them stronger. So their leaders, it was their idea to pretty much try to make their clan stronger by roboticizing everybody. So they
Doing the the singularity.
Yeah, so they made a deal, and
They were the first two to try it.
Sector and Cyrax pretty much got tricked into it because they was pretty much telling them it was good for them. Then once they did it, they realized this was a bad idea. But by the time they realized it, they already kidnapped Smoke, and they tried to get Sub-Zero, which they got Sub-Zero, but the only thing they was able to do was they get a copy of him. So they got a robot copy
Of the brother.
of the brother.
That's interesting, yeah.
Because the original Sub-Zero
Dead.
died and came back to life as Noob Saibot. So now he works for the guy that brought him back to life, which is Quan Chi. So he pretty much protects him because he doesn't know any better.
Fuck.
Yeah, there's a lot.
No, it was a lot. You know it all.
Yeah, because
Shit.
I play that game, man.
You're really, really involved. All right.
Yeah, I play that game a little bit.
Oh, shit. You know your story.
And yeah, I like I like that they added generations. It's not just like a cartoon where everybody's the same age forever. So like they actually put Johnny Cage and Sonya together to have a kid. So they got a daughter. Jax was married the whole time and had a kid, and Jax's daughter and Johnny Cage's daughter ended up being friends in the army. So they ended up growing up together
Knowing each other,
regardless.
yeah.
So I thought that was crazy.
That's interesting, yeah. That's a lot. No, that's good. It's good details. That shit goes into depth. But it's been
Yeah.
around for a long, long time.
It definitely has.
You know, crazy following.
A lot of years.
You know, I'm sure there are fans just like you right now looking at me like, Twiggz, how could you not know this?
I don't play.
Yeah, man, I try to get into it. I enjoy it, but it's just I'm always moving around, man.
Yeah, man.
It's true. Like, so active.
But I like it because of the story. Everything has a good story. Like even though a lot of people don't like Harry Potter, like it has a good story to it.
Yeah, for sure. Like I'm not a fan of the Lord of the Rings, but I respect the people who
Yeah.
enjoy it. Like I could see why it's so
Yeah.
so captivating. I'm just with me, it's like I always had not issues. I don't know what you want to call it, but with like not sci-fi. I love sci-fi, but fantasy movies more so. Like so, Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter. And
Okay.
those type of movies. Like what's the
It's something to watch.
yeah, it's just never been a thing.
It depends.
Labyrinth.
It depends
or
on what
whatever.
it is. Like I've never seen. Chronicles of a Closet or whatever that's called.
Oh, the Narnia.
Yeah.
Chronicles of Narnia.
I never
With the
seen that
closet.
before. But I know it goes a little extreme with the
Yeah.
story I heard. But like I seen what is that? Lord of the Rings. Wasn't too bad. I thought Smeagol was a funny crackhead. Like that reminded me of a dude I seen in the hood.
Yes.
So I was able to,
He seems,
I was able to relate with that.
yeah, he's
with that
relatable.
brother. Yeah, so I thought that was funny.
Yeah, that's true. Like,
Yeah, it depends on what you
relatable
watch.
characters.
It depends.
I did watch the first one,
Because it took me a while to
and the
watch.
second one I think I've seen also, but I think I've seen all three.
What's that thing called?
I never seen The Hobbit though, for sure. I never seen that one.
Oh, shit. I forgot the name of it.
Which one?
With the dragons. HBO.
Oh, Game of Thrones.
There we go.
Got you. Got you.
It took me forever to watch that.
Yeah.
Like I didn't watch it when it came out. Like
So some of the
everybody
first season. So some of the last season.
I watched it
That's
recently.
about it. No. All of it.
Yeah, I watched it recently.
So did you
And-
love it or did you love it? No.
Okay. I'm a fan of the story.
Okay.
Not a fan of the decisions that a lot of people made, and I'm really
I
not a
see.
fan of all the incest. It's like that.
There's a lot of incest?
Yeah, a lot of incest.
Like stop his stepbrother.
And it's like you knew, and they were like, so, and it's like, no, like that's not good.
I guess that shit went on a lot, but that whoever
It
the writer is
did.
really was really into that.
And it is actually some parts, some countries now that
Practice.
that's doing it.
Call it
So-
practice. It.
And it's No.
It's an abomination. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know.
No, I'm not going that far to say it's abomination, but you could definitely, there'll be some defects. It's a guarantee.
It's not fair to that life if there is due to that.
Guarantee it'll be some defects, and I really don't want that for
another
future.
generation for a person.
That's not fair.
It's not healthy for that person.
Yeah.
Like I think I read a post one time where this guy basically found out that his parents were siblings. He was already older. He was like 20, when he found out.
He did one of them family tree tests.
I don't remember how he found out. It could have been dad. It could have been cards.
Like, what?
Bro, I wish I could remember all the details. It was a long time ago I read this. But apparently he found out, confronted them, they confirmed it. And that's why he never really knew his family, because they all seemed distant and kept away from them. Like, and it's like because it was weird for everyone.
Because you're not supposed to.
But he came out apparently normal and shit like that. That's why he also didn't know. Like it wasn't no different things wrong with him. But then like people in the comments were really sorry. Like I get it. I would be sorry. I'm not would be.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, what do you? Like, how does that seem like a good idea though? To like.
I don't know what that story is, bro.
Relations with your family member, and this is what I mean. Like,
who knows what's going on?
And this is the awkward argument. This is the awkward argument that you get into with some people because they don't understand every situation. Like, I don't agree with if you're responsible, if you're a male and you're responsible for a female, like you shouldn't be responsible to physically like wash them or like stuff like that. If there was a baby, that's different. But my stomach. But if you're a grown person, like that's when shit get weird, because that's when you hear about like people in like nursing homes like doing dead bodies and stuff like that. It get weird because you got people doing this job and they're not supposed to. But how do you know if you can't screen for shit like that? I get it. But at the same time, certain people shouldn't do certain things.
Right.
It's
hard. I mean, it's like, but then it's like, there's a whole restriction of free will and things gotta play out, Yeah,
of course. It's always a good with the bad. Mm-hmm. But in my opinion, like, to be a good person, I wouldn't. It's like, I wouldn't do it. Mm-hmm. Like, I wouldn't even get that type of job to be put in that situation to, have to do it, Just because I wouldn't feel right, Right. Like I said, if it's a dude, like, I don't care. Old balls, it happens. My balls are going to get old eventually. Like, but, some lady or, some random kid, like some people mind don't work the same. Mm-hmm. So some people find pleasure in the wrong places, and it's not healthy. So if you're gonna be a good person, stay away from shit like that.
I agree.
Just don't do it. So sorry I got all sad. I know this is normally the fun crew, and normally, shit like that happens sometimes. But we like to educate as well as inform. I didn't want to say participate, but you you probably heard that coming. But we like to inform as well as make you laugh. But sometimes the truth ain't funny.
Sometimes it is. A lot of times it can be.
It's hilarious.
You can turn anything funny.
Okay, we're going to leave you with that sickening thoughts, and we're going to ask you to please leave a comment and stop get with me and let me know how you feel, because I don't know how you feel. Yeah. You gotta put it in there. Put it in the comments.
And if you're new to the channel, welcome. Please give us another chance. Watch the next video. Decide if you like us before you give us the likes. I don't mind earning your actual thumbs up. I don't want to just beg for it. So, but
guaranteed,
give us a shot.
Way more funnier than this.
It's been a long time. It's been a long time. We're a little rusty around the edges.
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm old. What do you want from me?
But as more episodes come out, we get a little bit more loosey goosey, and we'll stir it up. We'll be a little more lively, of course. So give us another shot. Or if you enjoyed this, of course, like this, we'll appreciate that either way.
So, I am one of your hosts, StablestSHADY,
I'm Twiggz Rivera.
and this is another episode of Effed Up Radio. Disparting from your ear hole, ready to say peace out and goodwill hunting. So, make sure you like, subscribe, comments, and tell a friend. And tell your friend to tell a friend if you know what I'm talking about.